Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Finn's office, Finn put a rush on some test results. After Finn's call ended, Ridge arrived. He had been looking for Eric, but Eric was witnessing testing. Finn said he would order the tests, and Eric would be back in his room soon. Ridge sounded a little disappointed that Eric had minimum enhancement, and Finn picked that Ridge wanted to know when Eric would be himself again. Ridge wondered if he was asking too important to want the same Eric back again. Finn could not offer Ridge a definitive answer, but Finn did know that Eric had met his labels and was recovering nicely after what he had been through. Finn noted that Ridge had been through a lot, too, due to the opinions he had been given to make for Eric. Agreeing, Ridge conceded that he had been hard on Finn, but Finn was the man who'd saved Eric. Ridge stated that he would always be thankful to Finn for that. Finn disclosed that he might have had a hard time if he had been in Ridge's position. Finn said that he would sworn and pledge, but occasionally, it sounded like it would be kinder to let a case go. Ridge remarked that Eric had been ready to go when Finn had offered life, and Ridge had to decide if that chance had been worth it. Finn responded that Ridge had been caught between Eric's wishes and a family who did not want to let Eric go. Ridge conceded that the family had gotten him to change his mind, and Finn tasted that Ridge was still alternate guessing himself and would continue to do that until he saw significant enhancement from Eric. Ridge said that if Eric could come back the same, also that was good. Still, Ridge would feel responsible if Eric lost speed indeed a little bit. Finn tried to encourage Ridge by detailing positive effects about Eric's recovery. Finn saw implicit in Eric and joked that Eric was formerly in the vacation spirit. Ridge said it had been a gift to hear Eric wish them a Merry Christmas. Ridge stated that none of it had been possible without Finn, and the family was extremely thankful. Finn reasoned that it was his job to do it, but being related to Eric had made it mean indeed more. Ridge and Finn hugged. In the design office, Steffy told Hope that it was a simple question: do you love my family or not? Thomas informed Hope that she did not have to answer. Steffy noted that Thomas had been fully open about his passions, and she asked if Hope allowed. He merited that from her. Thomas tried to silence Steffy, but she said she was just being defensive. Thomas fooled that Steffy did not have to be defensive because he was a grown borough man. Steffy remarked that he was a grown borough man who'd been in love with Hope for a long time, but Hope had no way recompensed the passions. Steffy asked if Hope loved Thomas or would ever love Thomas. He asserted that Hope was not on trial, and Steffy did not get to put Hope on the spot. Steffy asked if she could not ask if Hope had genuine passions for him. Of course, I've passions for Thomas, Hope uttered. Steffy wondered how deep they were. Steffy got that Hope and Thomas were suckers, but Steffy asked if Hope had ever said she was in love with him. Figuring that Steffy did not want the relationship to succeed, Thomas stated that it was okay because he knew what he was doing. Steffy asked if Hope knew what she was doing. Hope claimed not to know what Steffy wanted Hope to say. Steffy replied that Hope had not answered the question or been honest with Thomas. Steffy misdoubted Hope loved Thomas or that Hope would ever love Thomas, and Steffy told Hope to stop leading him on. Steffy refused to let Hope undermine the progress Thomas had made. Thomas said Hope had been honest with him. Steffy asked Hope if she really had and if she would ask herself where the relationship was headed and if she wanted a future with Thomas. Steffy questioned whether Hope had allowed of the communication it was transferring Douglas, who wanted his parents together when it sounded as if Hope was threading Thomas along. Hope decided to stop Steffy. Hope said it was none of Steffy's business, it was a private matter between Hope and Thomas, and Hope wouldn't partake the information with Steffy. Rolling her eyes, Steffy turned her attention to Thomas, saying he would had compulsive passions for Hope. Thomas replied that Steffy had said that people changed. Steffy told Hope that she was swaying the deers and would hurt Thomas by not loving him the way he merited to be loved. Steffy said it was illegal. Thomas asked to have a moment alone with his family, and Hope still walked out. Thomas asked Steffy if she was laboriously trying to ruin his relationship with Hope. Steffy apologized. Thomas said he loved Hope. Steffy replied that it had been that way for as long as she could flash back, but she asked if Hope loved him. Thomas said Hope had been married, so they had not had it ahead, but this was their chance. Steffy asked if he allowed. There was a future there, and he said he knew it was possible. Steffy asked if Hope had given any suggestion that she wanted to marry Thomas or spend her life with Thomas. Thomas admitted that Hope had not said it directly, but he was willing to stay. Steffy noted that he had been staying a veritably long time, and she asked if it should tell him commodity. Thomas asserted that Steffy did not know how intimate he and Hope had come. Steffy moaned. Thomas said Steffy wanted him to be happy and should let Hope and him be happy. He could not explain how amazing the last months with Hope had been and how amazing they'd made each other since. He talked about loving and touching Hope, and Steffy got grossed out. Steffy said that she got it and was trying to believe Thomas was not obsessed with Hope again. Thomas asked why she would indeed insinuate it when she would told him that he would changed. He promised that he was not obsessed. He knew Hope had not directly said she loved him, but he stated that Steffy had not been there for the intimate exchanges. He asserted that Hope had told him, "I do love you for that." Steffy scarfed. Thomas claimed to know that it was not the same, but he said Steffy had not been there. He claimed that there had been love there. "It's not the same!" Steffy yelled. She said it was not the same as Hope looking at him and saying she was in love with him. Steffy tasted that he knew it but did not want to accept it, and that upset her. Outside the door, Finn heard raised voices. Thomas was saying Steffy could be probative. Also, he decided that she did not indeed have to do that as long as she did not designedly get in the middle of his relationship with Hope. He refused to allow it. Finn rushed by and broke up the discussion. He said Thomas was out of line and could not speak to Steffy that way. "Do you hear me?" Finn asked. In Eric's office, Hope was there when Ridge arrived. He participated that he had been to see Eric but had wound up talking to Finn because Eric had been witnessing testing. Ridge remarked upon how great Finn was, and Hope muttered her want that Steffy could concentrate on that. Ridge rendered Hope a look, and Hope stammered, wishing Steffy wouldn't give Thomas and Hope such a hard time. Ridge asked what Hope was talking about. Hope revealed that Steffy had put Thomas and Hope on the spot again. Ridge asked if Steffy was asking how Hope felt about Thomas. "How do you feel about him?" Ridge asked. Hope looked panicked, but Ridge told her to relax because he did not intend to pry. He decided that his son's love life was his son's business, as long as his son made healthy choices. Hope wished everyone got that memo. She did not know what to tell everyone because, for formerly, she was trying to live in the moment and follow her heart. She suggested that it had worked out enough well for her mama. She wished people would give them space to figure it out for themselves. She said she and Thomas were happy, and the kiddies were doing well. Hope did not suppose it was anyone differently's business. She stressed that if people kept pushing Thomas and violating their boundaries, it could lead to trouble.